Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to our new podcast.
Mike looks like he's about to die.
Welcome to our new podcast, Devil's Advocate. It's your boy Lucifer the God with my co-host.
CJ Silly, baby.
Yeah.
Check out Patience. All platforms.
And we're changing up kind of our, layout for both of our pods just because it's easier to edit and do. We're doing Tiger Belly style now, so you'll be able to see everything the whole time.
Like a tiger's belly.
On a tiger's belly.
Why is it called tiger's belly?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Is it like a tiger laying on its side?
Maybe that's who Bob Lee is.
Looking at the belly.
Bobby Lee is.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. Help, guys.
All right. So here at Devil's Advocate, we kind of just talk about things that are happening and like compare and contrast. We kind of try to be as objective as we can, really. And,
I guess.
Be as honest as we can, really.
I am doing this for you.
For you?
For you guys.
For you guys.
That's who I'm doing it for.
All the fans out in the audience, that's what they're doing it for. I love how our engineer is falling asleep on the couch.
He doesn't even care.
He doesn't even care, man.
Man, why are we paying him?
Yeah, it sounds good. Are we getting good level?
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Jake, I guess kind of to start off, it's a new year.
Oh my God.
2021.
It's 2021. We did
it.
We went through 2020.
We made it. Basically a year in Los Angeles.
Yeah. I haven't gotten any stimulus checks.
Nah. That's a sad
I haven't gotten
factor.
any of that.
I think you know what's really cool?
My mama.
You know what's really cool?
Claimed me.
You know what's really cool?
Still a child, guys.
You know what's really cool?
What?
The fact that they're fucking us with this new stimulus package they came up with.
I think that's funny. $600.
They're like, yo, hey, so
that's just funny.
Do you guys need stuff, right? So here's $600 to get stuff.
I like $600. Like, I'm sure it's a lot of money to,
it could
dish out $600 to every single person.
Yeah, definitely. But the fact that,
why even bother? 600,
especially in the economy we're in, right?
But it just kind of feels like a big fuck you.
Yeah, it really does. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me. Also, that like I've seen some stuff. I don't know if it's factual, I guess you could say, or not, but it makes sense that when they write packages like this, and when a new president is coming in, it happens every 4 years, no matter what, who it is, Republican or Democratic, is that they'll write certain things into a bill or that will help some sort of entity that is aligned with them in order to either pay someone back or with the lobbying they got from their campaign, someone that helped them out, they're helping them out now. So that's what I saw. I saw a lot of the different countries that the money was going to from this big package, but we're only getting $600.
I didn't even know that.
Getting $600. And not to mention, have you seen the stuff about what other countries have gotten?
Mm-mm.
Other countries have gotten full pay, they'll get okay, here's $6,000 for the month.
Yeah,
because everybody's out. Everybody's out.
That makes sense because it's out. Hey guys, if it's gonna be a pandemic and we're gonna do a lockdown, right? It's okay, why don't we just keep everybody alive and sustained until the end of the lockdown?
Because that would really mean we're in this together.
Instead of throwing a little $100 bill to everybody.
Yeah,
here you go.
Yeah. Because
it really reminds me of the Futurama episode where they gave him the $300 check. Remember, everyone's, what are you going to do with yours?
When Nixon's head gives everybody $300. But it's funny, he actually did that in his presidency. He gave everybody I think it was $1,000.
I just thought that's funny.
Or something like that. But which was a lot of money back then. But
I'm going to take this $300. I'm going to spend it only on coffee. I'm going to drink 300 cups of coffee. That was a great episode.
And then he, at the end, they're at the auction and there's this super elaborate spider woven quilt and Bender's just lighting a cigar and all of a sudden just and then Fry's on his 300th cup. He's the Flash. That's how you become the Flash, people.
Mm-hmm.
It's proven fact. Ask the FDA.
Just drink 100 cups of coffee?
Yeah.
100 cups of coffee.
100. Oh yeah, it's 100 cups, not 300.
I had a latte before I came here.
Yeah, we
I
both did.
I drink a lot of coffee.
Just to say, if anybody's listening to this or cares, American coffee is shit. Was it espresso? Is that how you're supposed to say it?
Well,
how do you say it? Is that proper?
espresso?
It's not espresso.
Espresso?
Espresso, right?
Yeah.
Espresso.
Hey, what do you mean American coffee ain't shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like the espresso with some cream. Yeah.
You can't even hear him though because he's laying on the couch.
No, but I understand it's a method, but like we didn't really adopt that method that much. We went for the straight, just put the fucking beans in a thing and then hot water run through it and we're good.
Is that an American thing?
It's the quickest way to do it, I guess.
Is
it's
that
like
an American thing?
I don't think it's American, but I think we do that.
everybody just kind of makes coffee, you know?
Yeah.
And
but do you think that like that's what we do is we find the quickest and easiest way to do something and that's what we stick with?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that's an American thing, I guess. Yeah.
You know,
microwaves.
Like, how can we make this easier and faster?
Microwaves.
Go, go, go.
It's like, oh, it's unhealthy. I don't care.
Yeah,
it's quick.
Just fucking do it. Nuke it.
It's quick.
I remember watching Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson was on there and he's talking about microwaves and he's like, everyone says nuke it and it bothers me. Because it's actually just the water atoms heating up and anything you put in there. That's what like the microwaves are doing. They're making them vibrate. And I was just like, okay, cool. Like awesome. But like everybody just likes saying.
Well, I mean, why not?
Who cares? Nuke it, man. I just thought it was interesting. Tyson? Yeah. He's just like throwing facts. He's a walking encyclopedia.
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson. What a great guy. Love that guy.
Love that guy. I send her some. Do you hold some frustration towards the man?
I don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You don't?
No.
Is it his voice?
No.
He's just too much. He's stuck on one train, like one lane.
I can't tell if he's like an actor or
like if he's being legit.
Yeah.
Like if it's just like Hollywood's taking over him.
I don't know.
He's a lizard person for sure. That's fact. He's a lizard person.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, is Bill Nye like an actual scientist? Or is he just an actor? I'm serious.
No.
Like, how credible is...
He actually has PhDs in things.
Yeah. I'm not like saying anything about it. I'm just curious. Because like, it's funny because like, they're like really just like childhood stars to us. Like, are they more than... I hope they're more than just actors here.
But I think when he did the show, he was more of an actor. But over the years, he's acquired more, doctorates. So I think he is actually like a scientist. But like, he just kind of like, with his fandom, got more. Yeah, dude.
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
He's been indoctrinated.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I guess you could say, because he's pushing this whole green thing. And we've watched this is a good topic to get into. Everyone, the green initiative, that even this whole thing about getting back into the green treaty, which I am all for being a better human and taking care of this planet, but it's like such a smokescreen because they don't tell you about like what's behind it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying go about it. Try to do it a better way. There's better ways to do things instead of using the same thing we're doing now.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Have you seen Planet of the Humans?
Is that...
It's like a YouTube. It was a documentary that they put up like
maybe
everywhere.
I don't know.
So the documentary is all based around how this guy goes around to each like different centers where they're like supposedly supposed to be like fully green. They're not using any fossil fuels whatsoever to do anything. And like it's supposed to fully support the system that like is around it, right? And he ends up going to these places and the guys who work there and run there, they're like, dude, like this isn't even enough power. Like one of the places was a whole field of solar panels and like, yeah, this will power the city. I think it was a city in Michigan or something like that. And they're like, it only has enough power to do 10 houses, maybe a year. That's like on the block. And they said it could do a whole, city.
Okay.
So like they're putting up this idea because it makes money really well, really fast. Because you say green, people jump up and they'll pay. So, and then it goes in farther where they talk about how solar panels are made, where it's actually made out of carbon, melted down. And how do you melt things down? You have to light a fire, and that's using fossil fuels. And then even these places like there's what are they called? The Joshua Tree Forest?
Jessica's feet.
Sure. I don't know.
Please tell me you know what that's from.
No, I don't.
Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Dude, every time I hear Joshua Tree, I just think Jessica's feet. I'm experienced in Jessica's feet. I mean, telepathy. Sorry, what?
Goddamn. I need to watch it. I don't remember
the cloud bubble
episode? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got you. I'm there.
It was the fart cloud guy.
That guy's voice creeped me out so much. Morty.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway, so in this documentary, they go out to where the Joshua Tree Forest is.
Jessica's
feet. And it's a whole thing of like array of mirrors that's supposed to be pointing towards so that you can like get energy, right?
Well, I think Lindsay's told me.
Yeah, so come to find out that to start up the facility every day, they are still attached to the power grid. So they're using the power grid that they said they were disconnected from. They're we're doing this full energy free, with natural gas. But in order to get natural gas, you have to burn fuel, which is fossil fuels, to get natural gas, to break it down. So we just don't use the right form. They're telling us we're using these things that are great and that are new, but like even like a Tesla battery, even energy. I'm all about getting a energy efficient car. But the thing is the reality behind it, the smoke screen, is that those power stations and those charge stations are still hooked up to the power grid. And how do you get power? You get them from Edison and you know what I mean? All these power companies around here, and they're using fossil fuels to get electricity. That's how it works. Or we're changing a climate and we're building a dam. We're changing an entire, what is it called? Ecosystem. Thank you. An ecosystem. So it's like, well, and then that's here comes the question is like, how do you measure progress? I feel like we've talked about this before.
How do you measure progress?
Yeah, like how do you say it's like going in a negative direction or it's going in a positive direction? Because right now we're saying we're going in a positive direction because we're going towards green energy, but in reality we're still using fossil fuels. But how does that amount to how much we're using now? And is it really that much of an effect? Is it just because we have too many people? Like,
that's a good question. I don't know enough about that subject to really make too many claims on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But if you haven't seen it, I would say look into it. It's very interesting because it just lightens you on the behind. Because like, I'm not against it. I want us to go in that direction. But the problem is that we still do the human thing. And we we can't fall back fully on this right now. Like if we wanted to, like if they were like, all right, we're going full green, we couldn't do it. We would still need to burn some sort of fossil fuel to, get there.
Yeah, it's more like, I don't know, you're realizing you can't keep up. Like maybe.
Yeah, just because like.
It's the way of life,
Yeah, like.
We need to keep our way of life. So like, it's hard to change. And like make these big changes without like making drastic changes to the way.
Your comfortability, really.
Yeah, because we've been in this, system.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And that's that. And
it's being open to change almost.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I don't know if you want to change. I don't even know about.
It's okay. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Of this.
It's like.
It's just hard to sit by and see a lot of things that are going on. And we could talk about one thing that we both can talk about is that how like everybody's pointed against each other right now. If you're not a part of one or the other, number one, you're not liked. But if you're with one, you're going to be hated by the other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where do you stand then? Because I know me and you, we fucking think everything's fucked. Everyone who has money is up there running this whole system.
Yeah, I believe in the occult running the world. Okay. This group of whatever you want to call them.
What's it called?
Rockefellers, robber baron, banking elites that have been running the world since like the late 1800s.
And because they came in at the perfect time when there was a depression, they came back in and fueled the economy, really.
Yeah.
Because they bought everything.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Because I watched this recent thing about the Rockefeller family, about how they bought out all the different food companies. And like we used to be very herb and like medicinal. Like we used to go towards those herbs that would help us and cure us. But then we all of a sudden, when Rockefeller bought out, big medicine companies and started putting money into that, then it was all of a sudden, oh, let's take away the herbs. You need the Rockefeller stamp to go through.
Yeah, let me hack inside of you and just start doing crazy surgery.
Hack. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hack.
That's an intense word, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what do you think? Because, like, I mean, we kind of tapped into this earlier. Like, how do we change this story we've written so far, like, as people?
You know, man, we just can't keep. No, dude, it's just, we all know that, like,
yeah.
Well, okay, so like so the main thing nowadays, it seems that we don't really have, what's it called? Like, nobody really owns anything.
Yeah.
For the most part,
everything's loaned.
We're all dependent on the big corporations, basically, for everything. Nowadays,
food,
it's gotten to
water.
The point where it's basically a monopoly. Like, if you have a phone, there's only 3 phone brands for you to get it from.
Yeah, now you go, it used to be 4 a year ago.
You go to any grocery store, they're all exactly the same. It's crazy. It's weird. Like a Stater Bros compared to a Safeway compared to an Albertsons, they all have all the exact same stuff. Same 5 brands, except for Sprouts. But then Sprouts, Whole Foods, all the other places have the same 5 brands. But like, the organic ones or whatever.
The healthier options.
It really is just like, it's basically gotten to the point where it's a monopoly.
Yeah.
And like people, they use ways to move around it, and it claims it's not a monopoly, but like it's, at this point, when it comes to the basic needs, our basic needs are all like electricity. There's one person we all pay for electricity. If you're in California, everybody pays Edison.
Yep. Edison. Everybody does.
If you're in, it's the same thing. There's only one company we pay our electricity to. That's a monopoly.
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't it crazy to think like obviously electricity is more of a commodity now because of the internet? I would say like before when you just lived, we could still run.
It's a necessity.
Yeah, now
it's basically become a necessity. It's now, especially if we're going to enter this new COVID world where we're not allowed to communicate and be like next to each other. Yeah. Now it's a definite necessity.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so if you want me to tell you how we can stop it or change things.
Well, yeah, because I've always thought it's like, how do we
kind of very broadly hopped into this subject, but sure, let's do it. It's nothing wrong with that. Just stop. We need to stop. People need to start owning their own land and, creating making their own food. I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's a different world. Or like at least have the knowledge of it and the know-how.
I think it's just having the responsibility and the know-how to be like, okay, I'm going to take care of this. Is my shit. And like, we need to do this. It's that I've talked about it before, it's that individualistic society mentality. Is that like, I'm going to take care of my own, and my own is what is important, and no one else matters. And it's okay for an independent person to think that way. I'm going to keep going. Because then it gets to a point eventually when you have the means to an end to help other people, when you got yourself taken care of first.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely something to take into consideration. But to have the empathy to feel someone else's, situation or whatever it may be. And like you said, is being knowledgeable of the fact that like we should hold each other responsible and be like, yo, hey, how many times have you eaten out this week? Like stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like, but like making it natural and not like uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Being like, yo, are you eating healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Are you working out? Are you doing something active? Just because like we should be more focused on being healthy than anything. Like you said. So you said something earlier.
Well, yeah, healthy diet creates a healthy mind.
Yeah.
Healthy mind,
and a healthy
creates,
lifestyle.
What's it called? I guess good actions.
Yeah, well, and like I said, healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
You tend to, when you feel good, good things tend to come your way.
Make good decisions.
And good things come around you because you surround yourself with those things.
See, yeah, okay. So like that's the thing. We've all become so dependent on everything, for everyone, for everything, right? Like there's on the phones.
Phones, people.
It's just
dependent on everything.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
I know.
It's okay.
But that's the thing. Like, with that, it's scary with how far technology has come.
Here's the devil's advocate here. Is like it's the double-edged sword. It's like we want to go to that independent route. A lot of us do. We would love to have some sort of outlet where Google isn't our main source of research for everything, and YouTube is owned by them also. So that's what you're seeing. Also,
it's on us. Like we've let it happen.
Definitely, we've just let the ratings go.
Yeah, we kind of just like, okay, this is the one we all like, and everybody hops on it.
Yeah,
but like. Yeah, now it's all just one big thing, though. And now,
but that's how it used to be always, though. Think about it. Like even before the internet, everyone just trusted that the news was correct, and you know what I mean. There was no second guessing.
Yeah, but the scary thing about the YouTube, Twitter, Google, like all being like monopolized, and the only thing people ever use is the fact that they are still companies. They can get away with censorship because, technically that you can say it's not getting rid of your free speech or whatever because it's a company. It's a private company. Yeah. They can allow what they want on their thing. It's their thing. So like they use that little thing to swoop around that and they can censor it. And since that's the only thing anyone's on, that's all anyone sees. So like what they censored to people just becomes, since they censor shit, that's real. Yeah. Since it's Twitter censored it, so it has to be real. Like I'm not discrediting Twitter or anything, but like you have to think more for yourself and just can't.
Well, and it's also looking into like what you've been researching or like looking like. I've never really looked at something like I'm even on TikTok now, right? I never look at something and dive full in, and I'm like, yeah, this is 100 right here. I can. This is it. I don't have to think about anything else, and I got it.
That's the beauty. Like, I love the beauty of just like people claiming random bullshit online on Twitter. Like, I love it. Because it's like, even if it's fake, like, who cares? Let me take that. Let me put it in my head, look into it, blah, 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 blah.
Think about it.
Let me make my own decision. Make my own fucking...
But that's the whole point of free will, but I feel like people don't like that.
That's the whole point of this country, dude.
I feel like people like the decision being made from because it's easier.
Because they're lazy.
Yeah, laziness.
And it also comes through fear because they're like, well, maybe I don't know.
And then someone's going to judge me for
this guy looks legit, so I'll feel safer trusting him.
And then that's the interesting thing is that like... What people don't realize is like how powerful film is. Like when you have a camera in your hands and you're in a situation, is that really depending on who's holding the camera is the perception of what you're going to see because they're going to focus on something and you're going to be like, holy crap. But
and then there's also just the power of edits.
Yeah, and that too.
The power of editing.
Because whoever's usually shooting it, especially with media, is editing it and they're going to be like, hey, make sure it looks like this.
Like, for example... The entire filming of The Rise of Skywalker, the actress Rey, Daisy, whatever, didn't know that she was a Palpatine until the end of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Like they literally filmed the entire movie without having the actual like
ending,
like knowing for sure that that's how it was going to go.
That's crazy.
And then afterwards, they did some final reshoots and they reshot it in. So the entire movie, the entire filming process, the people making the movie didn't even know if that was the route they were going to go. And they finished the movie and then decided.
Came back. Well, because didn't they fire the editor?
The movie sucked. Well, the thing, they had an original director, Colin Trevor. No, maybe I don't even know. No, I don't know his name. Whatever. But yeah, they fired him like halfway through because they didn't like his script or whatever.
Oh, so
then they threw JJ in there, and JJ had to do it like in like 2 seconds, and they're like, "Yo, hurry up, finish the fucking movie."
I remember that guy. Let's do that.
But I just think it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and then that's editing.
That's the powerful thing about film.
Okay, with all these shots, we can edit and make a movie, move it however we want. It's probably not going to be good.
But like, how do you be transparent with video and like when you not? I don't know. We try to be.
I love bringing Star Wars into things. What? Yeah, I know what you mean though.
But like even in that universe with like film in Star Wars is that now we have another big monopoly, Disney.
Yeah.
That has taken over the whole TV industry.
Yeah. Disney owns everything, dude. Yeah. They literally own like every
ESPN,
station.
They own Hulu.
You wouldn't even,
They own Disney Plus, obviously.
I'm pretty sure like NBC and shit. I could be wrong.
No, they
own a bunch of those channels.
Anything that has the Peacock, they own it.
Yeah. So like, come on. When it comes back to Monopoly, what?
You gotta. Hey, I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. You okay?
I thought you was gonna say something.
Derbs, are you all right?
No.
He's chilling. He gave me the hang loose. We're good.
All right, cool.
The shaka. We're good.
But yeah.
But and then that's like, but like we were saying with like you said, getting away from technology and from the people. For the people, we're so dependent on how things go and how they are already.
Well, that's it. Like they want to do the whole like Tesla thing, like with what they were talking about. You know, the car, like you don't technically own cars anymore. Well, you just call up your Tesla, and the Tesla will drive up to your house, pick you up, and take you where you need to go, and blah blah blah. So it's like there's no need to own a car. Boom, more ownership. Gone,
I mean, but there's like then there's the other like for me like the other thing is like I really don't care if I don't want a car payment. So if I didn't really have to pay for a car and I just like was like, oh, I don't need
but why are car payments a thing?
You're not wrong. I that's one thing
exactly.
I hate.
Why is credit a thing?
I hate the most how
we're debt slaves, dude.
How hypocritical credit is.
See, they put you into this debts thing where because you're tired of paying monthly bills, and they're like, well, I'm so tired of paying this monthly bill. I'll just I'll just become completely dependent on you, so I don't have to pay you bills anymore.
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
I'm not saying,
and you're just like not. It's just yeah, I know it's crazy though.
But like, what am I supposed to do? That's what I was talking about.
Don't let it happen. Just keep your car, drive where you want to go.
Car payment
I mean,
sucks.
Who knows? This is even gonna happen with the Tesla thing. It's just something they talk about. Yeah. But
I mean, it's
like iRobot. Yes,
but it's something that's going to happen because there's also a benefit for it for the elder population is that people who can't drive, you know what I'm saying, will be able to get access to something that can take them
but
somewhere.
Also if that's our only mode of transportation, then I don't think
it'll be our own because we're Americans and we're very independent. So we're like, we need our car.
That's the beauty about America. Yeah, that's the beauty about America.
But in other countries, we got
the rednecks
right.
that like care about freedom. So I mean, like I have my disagreement.
Sure.
What? Yeah.
In other countries, for sure, you might be right though. That they might fully go off of the system.
Okay. You see, iRobot with fucking they have the underground tunnels.
Yeah.
You hop in the car and you just sit there and drive. And everyone's like thinks Will Smith is crazy because he wants to drive it manually. He's like, you're actually gonna drive your car? That's so dangerous. Do that.
I'd still do it. I mean, I think all of us would.
I would drive I wouldn't.
And guess what? Even if they didn't get it installed, like it didn't come with it automatic, we would probably go to a third party place and be like, yo, I need the option so where I can get the steering wheel to come up and I can drive manually. You want to install that for me? Yeah. The warranty's going to be void. I don't give a shit.
A lot of people think it's dope, and I'm like, I don't think it's dope.
But I guess for me, it's like, I try to look at it very like, both sided because I see where you're saying like it can take away a lot of freedom. It can make a lot of control and monopoly for somebody.
Yeah,
and I get that.
Yeah,
but and then at the other side of it is like how do we get out? We're already in that, and so it's almost inevitable. You know,
if you believe it's inevitable, it'll happen. So stop it.
It's not inevitable. Hold on. We're good. It's there. I do believe in fairies.
I love fairies. I see them every night.
Every night,
I actually see one right now. She's on the camera.
You just start like talking like, oh yeah.
Get off the camera. Distracting me.
I wish we knew how to do animation because then we could throw in a fairy.
I'm like, might edit that in.
Yeah. But I guess, I don't know. I feel me personally, like I sometimes even get frustrated about the fact that like, I feel so like yanked in two directions because I'm with you on that aspect of like, I don't want my freedoms taken, but it would also be nice for things to be easier, but I should have the option to be like, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. And you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I like the idea.
I get it.
Yeah, I like the idea and like it's
I love
great.
Comfort and luxury.
Yeah, but like at the same time, if you're gonna take it and try and change it around and like make it something else that it's not, and like fuck me, then nah, dude, get out of here.
Yeah, I'm just.
But
worry about yourself, in my opinion. Worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's the other thing is like,
it's not my job to keep anyone else safe. I'm not going to hurt you. It's not my, but like, I'm not, it's not, so, don't take away my rights to keep someone safe.
So what about, there's this like a philosophical question that is like, if there's a crowd of people and someone got hurt and they're in the middle of this circle, that humans, because of their like expectancy to rely on other people, before they make a decision, they'll automatically look at the person in the middle of the circle and then look over or like across.
And see what everyone else is going to do.
Yeah.
It's a herd mentality.
Yeah, the herd mentality thing. It's like everyone will look around first before anyone takes action.
Yeah, half of the people won't make their own decision. They'll see what everyone, the first 3 people that decide to make an action, they'll look at them and they'll be like, okay, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I mean, it's very human. You know?
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah.
There's also the aspect of
just try to think for yourself more.
Yeah, and that's where it comes down. We could go into this, the double-edged sword of media. How great of a thing it is that the internet's a thing. Like we were talking about Google, right? That you have the access, but at the same time, like you can be veered down a path that's not going to give you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Or is going to give you a piece of the truth that leads you to believe something else.
And you're not wrong there. There's a lot of wacko ass fucking conspiracy theories that sound kind of legit. And you're like, oh, well, that's, but then like,
well, and then
it can get out of hand. You never know.
Even now, like,
but that's the thing. Like, it's like, fuck, you just, make your own decision. Really think about it.
Yeah.
And just come to your own conclusions. And like, don't focus on what other people.
Is it weird for you to think about that people don't do that?
Yeah.
Is that weird to you?
Yeah, it's really weird
right?
to me. It's really weird to me. And I don't even know if that's true. Well, no, it's not. Dude, I don't know. I only know what's going on.
But like
me.
But like it's a thing. People will make a decision, like say for this presidential election, maybe their parents or in some parts of this country make a decision based off like they're Republican or just because
the
they're
group
Democrat.
Of people around them. Yeah,
they won't pay attention to the policy or anything they have to say. They'll just go because they don't want to be the black sheep.
100%. That happens.
So
a lot.
Again, herd mentality.
Herd mentality.
Like I need to be safe.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. It's all social. It's nothing to do with physical harm.
Like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't expect anybody to make any like effort to change any way of living to make me safe in any way. It's like I just like I don't know.
Like almost like I'm
talking about masks here, dude. And that shit.
Yeah, you don't like masks, I know.
It's like, okay. Bro, it's like, you walk out, go outside at your own fucking risk.
And you have a valid point that a lot of people feel is like, if it's just like with anything, it's like when it's flu season.
Like I'll respect you and I'm not going to fucking walk up to you and fucking spit on your face,
Yeah. Like distance yourself, make sure you're clean. And I guess like we talked about this, like I said, I think it's very much just a social feel good thing.
And a lot of people do it just like a lot of people don't really have an opinion on the subject and they'll just, can wear the mask because they feel if they don't, everyone's going to be judging them and they don't want that. It's like
I wear it to keep the peace.
To keep the peace. But like, that's just compliance.
But for me, I know for a fact that like based off of how the masks work and how science is that they only last a certain amount of time for as far as cleanliness, right? And being sanitary. And then once they get to a certain point and once you go to the grocery store and you touch your face or you touch the mask and you haven't washed your hands or whatever, it's over.
I just don't like mandates, dude. Don't force me to wear it.
You don't like to be told what to do.
You can't tell me exactly. But like, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to steal your shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep to myself. Like, bro.
I get it.
Stop it, dude.
I get it.
It's insane.
And I guess for me is like, and then I'm tired of people just being now we're illegitimately hating people.
We're in a point where we have to sit in our house, wait for the fucking mayor to tell us if we're allowed to go out. I mean, it's funny though, because like you can go out. Like no one's really enforcing shit. Like
it's not,
I'm not going to like, what is go on, dude? No cops are actually like, yo, dude, what the fuck is lockdown?
Well, because they don't even want to do it.
Technically, they're not allowed. It's all just it's mental. They just do it for us.
It's the city just saying, hey, you need to do this, and they're like, dude, that's not my job. I'm not a babysitter. I'm not like I'm.
That's the thing, though. Everyone
I'm here
just
to protect.
Yeah,
I'm here to make sure that no one's.
No, you're here to serve and protect. Yeah.
Serve and protect. So like it's like one of those things where there's a lot of these mandates that are coming through, but it's all off the cuff.
It's no one knows what they're doing. No one knows what the fuck is happening. It's so like chaotic and just kind of a free for all right now. And it kind of gets logic gone away because now they're just like, okay, like just make sure you have the mask because like if some guy from the department of whatever health comes in and sees we're not all wearing masks, they're gonna fine us or maybe get us out of business. And now it's just out of fear for that.
I saw a video the other day that this guy was getting pissed. He put his truck behind the food inspector, right? The health inspector's car because he was going around and like checking all these people's stuff, right? And he's like, I don't care about what anyone says. He's like, we're all in this together. Yeah. Then why am I coming in here? And this guy's telling me that I need to shut down and then reopen and then shut down and then reopen. And I have cooks and people that are servers that have families that are depending on work here.
No, dude, we'll give you $600. You'll be fine.
Here's $600.
Quit, file for unemployment.
And you'll be set.
Get some money for a little bit.
I stop filing
until it stops, and then once you come back into reality, you realize all these small shops you used to work for aren't a thing anymore. So you'll go work at Target,
the big monopoly,
or Amazon.
I told you, dude. I said I want to get a job at Amazon because I know they're lasting forever.
They got benefits because it's fucking Amazon too, but
they might as well.
I won't work for Amazon. I won't do it.
I just need the cash.
I got too much pride to work for Amazon. I disagree. I'll buy, but I buy shit from Amazon when I need to. I bought an Ethernet cable yesterday.
There you go. That's the saving grace, Ethernet cable. But I mean, we're at a point of we don't know what's going to happen. And I feel like a good amount of people don't really know what's going to happen in the next 4 years, which I don't know why we're so worried about some old dude that has nothing to do with what actually the decisions get made in this country. It's Congress. And those guys are just worse because they've been there forever and there's no getting them out until they die or retire. What do you mean? Okay. Everything has to get passed through. Okay. The Supreme Court, whatever.
What are you talking about?
Congress has 12-year terms.
No, it depends on if you're in the fucking Senate or the House of Representatives. Senate's got 2 years. In the House, it depends on the state and where you are. I think House is 1 actually.
Every year? You have to swap out?
No, but it's no. Or is it how many? I forget.
I mean, we can look it up. It's not all right.
No, you got the Senate. I mean, Congress is the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Yeah. Like they make all the
That's
calls,
what Congress
right?
is.
They make the final decision.
And
on
Senates
right?
have the Senate has a term limit. So does if you're in the Senate, you have a term limit. So I'm pretty sure it's only 2 years, maybe. So like they're constantly.
So then you're saying that who are the people that
I could
never
be wrong.
leave?
Maybe it's more. I don't fucking remember.
The Supreme Court. And that's okay. So that's why it's been such a big deal about getting the new Supreme Court justice when Trump was in. I get it. Okay. It's weird. I just don't understand why people want to control that. Why is such a big deal? What's the point? Just let a person make a decision. Like, if you see the lady coming in 5 days a week to get an abortion, we should probably talk to her. The Lord and Savior. I wouldn't say it's a guy. Oh. I would say it's more of a makes all the decisions. Everything's preconceived. Or how about the fact that our government's talked about aliens?
Okay, so I got that wrong. So it's the House of Representatives. It's 2 years. So they got the quick ones.
Okay.
Senate 6.
6. Which so that means you can bring a new Senate seat in when you become president, and they could be in past that president and still inform those like same ideals, if you think about it.
Yeah, and then they can run again and get in. Mm-hmm. Most senators get in. Most people don't really care about that, vote for that shit. So like,
which is interesting.
So they just vote for the big names.
The star, the face of the country, president, United States. Could you imagine getting that job? Like, who's like, you know what, honey, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna run for president.
Or someone who believes they've been handpicked by God, like Kanye West.
Now, sir, that is a fact.
Did you watch the podcast? Did you watch the full thing?
Yes,
I watched it. It was so.
You know what's funny is that gave me a full spectrum in looking into how Kanye West is, and I get it.
It's like, I believe I was sent here to be the leader of the free world. That's literally what Kanye said.
Maybe Abraham
he believes he was handpicked by God to be the leader of the free world. You never know, man. Maybe. I'm not going to discredit Kanye. I'll see where the future goes.
Kanye West.
Yee.
What would he, I'm just trying to think if he became president. What's the double-edged sword there? What's the devil's advocate there?
Well, one thing about the negative of Kanye West being, well, I don't know, he might be, who knows, but he's not, well, he'll come into office, right? And he'll have all these people surrounding him that have been there forever. And they'll be like, yo, we know for a fact that this guy doesn't necessarily know everything going on around here. He hasn't been here. He's literally a rapper in the studio.
Do you think that they could take control of him?
Yeah,
and, like, kind of point him in the wrong direction?
Yeah, totally, easily, I feel. That's a
good point.
I mean, unless Kanye finds a group of people to really help advise him that are amazing, which is, I guess, possible, but I feel like that's the main thing.
But he has one of those brains. He has one of those brains where, like, he tries to explain something. He's trying to go here, but he keeps going, like, around it.
I think I think it makes sense. I mean, he just keeps ranting. He what?
10 steps ahead.
Kanye, I kind of agree, dude. He just keeps on going, bro. Like every step leads to the next, and it makes sense. He's sounds like a very caring individual with the God thing. I'll trust someone who's giving their life to God. I don't think he's bullshitting. I think he's genuine about what he feels.
Yeah.
That's not normal. Yeah. Exactly.
But I don't really think he's that far off. I think people just don't, like, they didn't expect him to come out with the stuff that he said. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, but dude, if my people will hate me, but between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, I'd rather vote for Kanye West. I don't care at this point if those are the two.
Because then it's like almost like, okay, at this point, he's got a 4-year term. So why don't we just throw the dice and see what happens? See what change can happen? Because apparently anybody can do the job.
The president isn't as important as people may think. But I mean, it is, but it's not.
I mean, the worst thing that could happen is because he is technically bipolar. No offense to him. I mean, it's something that he lives with. So
yeah, but what is that?
He could. Who
cares?
Dude, he could do something radical to a country that maybe something he doesn't understand.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? But that's a factor that could be considered. I mean, dude, the big factor, like you said, taking control. The big factor right now is that there's a guy who's old, you can see signs of dementia, right? Who forgets things and is very easily to manipulate. That's what scares me. It's nothing against him.
He wouldn't even know what state he's at when he's fucking giving the speech at the state. He'd be like, "Wait, Louisiana. I mean, wait, where am I? Oh, where?"
Or he'll come out to Despacito playing.
What's going on?
At a Latina parade or whatever it was. It was like and he went down and he was like, "Oh, I'll play Despacito and dance to it and come out." I was like, "What?"
I have to piss.
Do you have to pee?
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I hope it was interesting. We're going to keep giving content like this as much as we can.
Yeah, how we usually go, we try to our goal is to do the content until I have to pee and end it.
Yeah, so once Jake says I have to pee, that's when we stop.
So I try
That's the timer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got through the shot of water and he was like, shit, my bladder's full.
We got an hour in maybe.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate. This is first episode, guys.
Yeah, it's first episode.
More coming.
Yeah, comment, like, subscribe, BME. Thank you again, Productive Culture, for letting us use the space.
Oh, and check out my music, guys.
Jake's got a lot of music out. You can find
I do it all myself, guys. It's dope on all platforms. CJ Silly.
CJ Silly. Find it
Patience. Anywhere. I actually just released a new song a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Who Do You Love? Featuring K Schmidt. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Let's check it out.
But yeah, Check out CJ Silly's music on all platforms.
I got a song produced by Mike, the guy over here, coming out
mixed
soon.
by Derbs.
Produced.
He's behind the faders.
I'm gonna let him mix it because.
Whoa, that's a big step.
And then maybe Mike can be my mixing engineer. I'm not.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Mix it well.
Tune in next time for episode 2. Should be posting every week for you. Check out Productive Culture. They got a lot of good entities to help you out. Go on.
Shout out
www.productiveculture.com/podcast. And they can hook you up if you want to start your podcast.
Let's end it with a hit from the Stiz.
And that's all we have for you, folks. Thank you so much. Peace.